All right. Next, above the fold copy. So star student Ryan and I are going to uh we're gonna read through some there's a particular article that we really love about above the fold copy. I love that we have Shannon Kay here because she's a Storybrand writer and Donald Miller has a really specific approach. And then I just want to start looking at different types of above the fold copy that we found on the internet. And if you guys have any that you want to look at together, and let's just look at it together and ask, is it effective? What's working? What's not working? All of that. Sound like a plan? All right. I'm going to share my screen. So demand curve, do you want to talk through this, Ryan, or do you want me to make this a little bigger?
You can go ahead and talk through the actual article. I can jump in for the header writing part.
So I'll drop this link in the chat later, so you can have all these. But Demand Curve has this great article that somebody found about writing copy above the fold, and we've really been enjoying it. I personally have been seeing a lot more copy above the fold than I remember seeing a couple years ago. It seems to be packing more and more in. Um, so
Does everyone know what above the fold is first, I
yeah,
guess?
above the fold would just be the first thing you see on a website.
It's an old newspaper reference.
So this is AdBraze. Save 80% of your time with Facebook ads automation. Streamline the marketing workflow, minimize the routine of media buyers, boost efficiency within the creative team. AdBraze is the full stack marketing process to scale your business. You've got a call to action, start your 7-day free trial. You've got watch a 60-second video. I don't know. I think these are brands that use AdBraze. And then this graphic here kind of shows you exactly what it is.
Mhm.
So the whole point being, if all I saw was this, if I landed on my computer or my phone and all I saw was this, I would know exactly what it is, exactly what the value is, and exactly what they want me to do. So I'm gonna back up um, and say what they pulled out in this article is number one, identify how your users get value.
Yeah.
Identify a bad alternative, or we could say like this is a problem, like don't you hate it how blank, or whatever. What your better solution is, and an action statement. So this is a pre-writing technique that the article suggests. What is the bad alternative? What is the better solution? And what's an action statement? And then add a hook, which could be a bold and specific claim. Um, Save 80% of your time. Is that true? That's a good question. I don't know. Make a list of major objections and proactively address them. So this is, once again, this is pre-writing work that they're suggesting. What's the bad alternative? What's the better solution? What's an action statement you can come out of it? Add a hook, which would be add a bold and specific claim. Make a list of major objections and see how you could address them. And then speak directly to your customer persona, which we won't talk today, but who is it that cares about this? This would be a whole lot more Megan Dennett than it would be Cory Edwards. So maybe we can talk to you about, Megan, about what's working here I don't know who else. Did anybody else here do a whole lot of Facebook ad work?
Not a
Shan-
ton. I
Shannon does.
I
Shannon
relied
can.
on ArtSpeak for that when I was at Waypoint.
Nick or Kira, do you?
In 2021, I was running some Facebook ads for an organization called World Compassion. They do missions work in countries that are
Yeah.
hostile, restricted to the gospel. So we were running ads, and it was very much this like for $6, for just $6, you can smuggle a Bible across the border into Iran.
Mm.
Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
Right. So those were some of the headers, and we didn't have anything graphically crazy going on. It was literally just that.
Yeah.
And our goal was to hit 1,000 new donors in a year, and we hit our goal. Like
That's
it was
awesome.
that was one of them. Another one was like Iran is the fastest growing church in the world, and and something like
Mhm.
that. And then we just have the call to action. I think we put a stat in there like is growing at a rate of some kind of percentage.
Yeah.
So it's something about the statistic that like draws you in. Um, so yeah, I've done a little bit of that.
That's great.
Nice. Okay. So I just want to tick through these really quickly and see how they did. Um, this is actually from the demand curves article, this example. So identify a bad alternative. Is there a bad alternative directly or indirectly addressed here? Let me make this bigger so we can actually see what's going on.
Yeah, the bad alternative is spend a lot of time doing ad automation, probably more than you want to, right? That's the bad alternative before ad brace.
Yeah, I would agree. Okay, part two, better solution is obviously ad brace or Facebook ads automation.
Mhm.
An action statement. I see two action statements here. Am I correct?
Mhm. Yeah, typically those are the call to action buttons. Or
I
in the
see
actual
three.
headline, yeah.
Or
In the headline, it's the verb save X amount of time and then streamline the marketing workflow.
I'm curious what Shannon K is going to say about this button here being different from that button there. What would you say to that, Shannon K?
I think for this particular example, it's fine. You're drawn, your eyes, when you said how many action statements, I thought of those three, the contact us, start 7-day, watch 60-second video. I mean, your eyes drawn down to that start 7-day trial. I think it's fine if that's the main action in this above the fold. It would be interesting to see what the rest of the action statements are as they go, the CTA buttons as they go down the page. I would say for this particular page, I'm just envisioning it in my head that because they're wanting you to start the free trial, that contact us is probably not throughout the rest of the page. And it's probably start, those two, the primary and secondary CTA. I think the other thing that this is just from my experience is we're constantly looking at data. What does the data show you that the people are clicking on? If it is a distraction with that contact us, then take it away. And I'm curious what you guys have to say. I'm not a designer, but I do work with our designers who would have that CTA button bold, bright color, different from the rest of the style. I mean, it might fall within your style guide, the same, color palette or whatever, but it would be different, just so it sticks out and it's not blue like the rest of the content on there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it's red or orange. I don't know.
I was also going to say, like something to that effect, not the copy, but like the image with it is kind of like a weird choice, in my opinion. Like, I understand that they want to show, I guess, what you're looking at when you work on ads, but it doesn't necessarily like draw me in. It doesn't make me excited. Like, yeah, I don't know. It just seems a little like busy to me, like with all the copy next to it. I don't know if that reads like that for anybody else, but I know that's not a copy thing, but I just thought about that when you were saying it, Shannon.
Yeah.
Cory, do you know if this was visual on desktop or mobile?
I think this is desktop.
So I wonder if it would look, if that image would fall down on mobile. My guess is it would, but then that might streamline it a little bit.
I agree. Megan Dennett, would you buy this product? Or at least start the 7-day free trial?
Well, I personally wouldn't know which step to take, because there's the 3 calls to action. So starting the free trial, I'd be like, wait, am I supposed to do that, or am I supposed to get in touch with them first? So personally, I might get a little bit overwhelmed by this, thinking like this is a big investment very quickly, because they have so many different things. But the product itself I'm interested in, but not from just a first glance. From the first glance, I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, I have to do a lot of math. And what I mean by that is like, okay, if it's 7 days, when should my 7 days start? It's going to be after I watch this 60-second video to save my 80%. And so as a consumer, I'm having to do way too much math. And then I'm seeing all the graphic. At first I was like, that's a bad graphic, but then I also feel like they're doing it to relate to people and what the pain that they're currently in. So they're probably like, let's put something there that reminds them of how painful this is. And that's why they chose that graphic.
Yeah. I will say, I don't know what the current page looks like because it's not what it looks like anymore. So they've changed it for whatever combination of reasons, but maybe all reasons that we've just mentioned.
Multiple writing team meeting feedback forms.
I'll also say that semi-related, I know that their product works because I subscribed to the Headway app because of a Facebook ad.
There you go.
Did you really?
I ended up, it kept serving me ads, and it got me. It might have been Instagram, but either way, I picked Headway, which is like summaries of books, like executive summaries of books that are Audible. So it all is like audio summaries of books.
So the ads that came through AdBraze got
Yes,
you.
they got me. So they have a good product. I don't know if this is a good description of the product.
Yeah.
I feel like, Nick, I'm like, whenever I see like a 7-day trial, I'm like, no, like that's not enough time for me. It
That's
stresses me out
interesting.
even thinking about a 7-day trial. I'm like, it's got to be like 30 days or I'm not even interested.
And do I have time to learn?
Yeah.
and use it?
It doesn't matter like what it is at all. It's for some reason I'm just like 7 days, that's not enough time. And I don't like, I really think that would turn me off from doing the trial. Like if it was a 30-day trial, I think I'd be a lot more willing to try it out. 7 days, it feels like to me that they're just trying to get me to like do it and then forget that I did it. And then it's like 7 days are up and then I have to pay money. Like, I don't know.
Is anybody here
Thank you
doing
for
a
your
7?
passive revenue.
Like, is anybody here doing a 7-day trial starting today? Like in the next week? Probably not.
Yeah. Stresses me out just thinking of that.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to skip down. I want to look at some more. We can talk about Donald Miller's approach. There's a great article here, but basically his big thing is, does it pass the grunt test? Do you know what it is and what action you're supposed to take very quickly? So my brother-in-law showed me this the other day, and I thought, oh wow, he's doing a lot here, but I like all the things he's doing. But I'm curious what you think and if you agree with me.
Okay.
So the Saturday Solopreneur. practical tips guiding you from first dollar to full-time solopreneur. Every Saturday morning, you'll get one actionable tip to launch, grow, and monetize your internet business in less than 4 minutes.
Mhm.
Email address, and the call to action is join 190,000 plus readers.
Hmm.
And he actually
feel
shoehorned
like-
in some quotes. Yes.
Oh. Sorry, I was just gonna say, I feel like it's missing the problem. Like, I mean, it implies it, but the first thing I thought is, why do I need tips? Even if it's just stating, making your life easier.
Hmm.
What problem does that solve for me to just state it rather than implying it? This is above the fold anyway. I don't know what the rest of the page looks like.
Yeah, let me just scroll down a little bit, just so because I don't know. No, it just goes straight to, you can look at old issues.
I immediately was distracted by all the pictures, and at first I thought it was him, like the person. And then I realized, oh no, it's different people. And then I thought, this is for men. Until you scroll down a little more, and there's one girl, which I don't care either way, but it's just really interesting. Like, I thought it was Justin Walsh, and then I realized, oh no, those are testimonials, but I see the pictures of handsome guys first instead of like it's just interesting.
Libby, maybe I want to be a handsome guy, so I want to subscribe to this
100%.
newsletter. Maybe I'm the persona that he's
You're like-
after. Boy, I could be so much more handsome if I were to subscribe to this.
I feel like I should point at one and tell somebody like that's the haircut I want. Like that's
Yeah. But it's like a really weird choice to have their pictures with their testimonials. Like, why do I care what they look like? Don't I just care about this product? Like,
I
it's
mean,
very weird.
I'll look like one of these dudes if I was
It's-
17.
it's probably the persona that he's after.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I like it better than a lot of above the fold copy we see. So like the ArtSpeak team, we obviously help a lot of churches to write stuff. And if you look at church websites, above the fold copy on church websites is some of the least specific, least value filled, most generic. And so we see a lot of that. So as compared to that and what we try to help our clients do, this is pretty good. I think kind of per the article though, what it's kind of missing is either a boldness, and I think this kind of goes to what you were talking about, Shannon K, like there's not a clear problem. I think there's an implied problem, but when you imply the problem and you don't make a bold claim about it, it just kind of feels a little bit like medium and bland. And so I think if you're not going to specifically name the problem, go bold on what you are helping solve. And I think first dollar to full-time solopreneur is kind of there, but and I like the specificity of it. If you are a solopreneur, you understand what it was like to make your first dollar. So probably for the target audience, it's a little bit effective. But for someone who's not that, like I wouldn't consider myself a solopreneur. And again, I'm probably not in the target audience here, but I think there's an opportunity to go a little bit more bold, and that's either be specific about how much can you quantify, Justin Welsh, for me, how much your tips is going to make me, whether that's a % more effective or X amount of more dollars in a certain amount of time. I think there's an opportunity there to make this just a little bit more bold.
Does anybody want to spitball? Maybe just this H is probably an H2, but this here, like what would be one better?
You would throw in some numbers. If you're working with solopreneurs, you probably want to see a fact, something that's more concrete, rather, like Ryan was saying with, I think that's what you were saying, Ryan, is give me a dollar amount or a percentage of
Yeah.
what these tips are going to save me.
Yeah.
Or give me a time span.
Yeah.
Like, is this going to give me a reliability in a year, 6 months? What's
Mhm.
this process going to look like?
That's great.
When I was transitioning to a full-time freelancer, I remember hearing 3 years. I was like, oh, 3 years. in this job that I hate. Sorry, Libby. Even though I worked with great people.
It ain't no
3 more
secret.
years.
He worked with my parents, by the way, but they weren't the lead pastors, but yes.
But yeah, if it said like 6 months to full-time solopreneur, what that would address the pain point a whole lot more boldly.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we were to include a problem statement here, what would it be?
I would maybe go with something, this is not how I would word it, but the sentiment maybe I would tap into is solopreneurs rarely share their hard-won insights with each other. And so the problem I'm trying to solve here is that I want to share as a solopreneur who seemingly looks like you have a successful business here. You've got beautiful headshots and a beautifully designed website. So I'm assuming you're successful. And so I think maybe the problem that this newsletter is trying to solve is you don't have to learn it all on your own, and you can get the best kept secrets for successful solopreneurship from this. So like a problem there, this idea of this emotion of not feeling like you're on your own, and getting shared insights with other pros to the left and right of you.
I
I was
feel
thinking
like
about oh, go ahead, Libby.
I was just thinking of like the overwhelm of not knowing where to get started, and someone to come alongside and be like, here is one step you can take to move you closer to your goal.
That's good.
Because a lot of times it's like, I want to, Cory, I'm going to be a freelancer and I'm going to leave my salaried job and and my whole family will be dependent upon my income. Like, what do I need to do so that I can sustain and build a business? And sometimes it's like, I don't even know what to do first. So that's what I would think.
I was thinking
Wow.
about the words like demystify and roadmap.
Good.
Love that.
I will say, I think a number that's working here, I think one actionable tip is helpful. Less than 4 minutes is helpful, but I think the most effective number above the fold is 190,000 plus readers. Establishing credibility there. I almost wonder if, I actually kind of like it in the call to action button. I think it's pretty unique. I almost wonder if getting that number a little bit more visually up, getting tips, practical tips guiding 190,000 plus people from first time. It's like getting it higher up might be effective there. I don't know, with credibility, but I'd have to see.
I just wanted to be a submit your photo to see if you're eligible to.
Amazing. Do you look like an AI headshot? If so, you're perfect for the newsletter.
All right, let's look at what is there. I want to look at this one, and then maybe I guess that'll be the end. And Amy wrote a new prayer for us because we had the one that Livy wrote that was really great for a long time, and we waited for a new one. So we've got a new one. All right. Easy to use church management software. Membership check-in, integrated giving. Oh, I hate
Pop-up!
I know. Easy to use church management
Pop-ups.
software.
All the thumbs down for pop-ups.
They're effective, I guess. Membership check-in, integrated giving, service planning, and more. Start using powerful yet intuitive church management software that's been designed to help you save time, reduce frustration, and accomplish your church's goals. Start 14-day free trial. Look at the orange color. Orange here. Oh, added bonus. We'll move your data in for free, and we'll have real humans available to talk for you. Feedback.
Yes, a bad alternative, someone who's worked with terrible church management software. So that's the bad alternative. It's hard to use, it's clunky, it's old, it's whatever.
Yeah.
So their better solution is this is easy to use church management software. That I think that hits a very specific band of church professionals. I feel like probably large churches with big teams are probably looking for a little more powerful church management software versus easy to use. But I think you're qualifying a bit of your segment here with that particular statement, which I think is good, getting specific on who this is going to be for. And then my favorite thing about it is the specific membership check and integrated giving. Again, those things are all things that, like, when I was on staff at a church, my pastor said, we need a system that has this, that has this. So you naming those specific functions, I think is super, super effective. Maybe even more so than the H1. I think that's what would make me click. Like, oh yeah, this has got all the stuff that I want.
It says 14-day free trial, but Nick, to your point, no contract, cancel anytime. Definitely feels a little better.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it helps.
Some of this stuff is open source, some of it's not. And I think somebody that's in the data management part of the church often wants to know, like, if I'm going to be able to get a hold of real people, or am I going to have to wait to hear from other people that are like on a blog post or something? And so some of this stuff, I think that people that know this stuff, sometimes it's good to answer that up front.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this necessarily answers that, because the people that they're selling to are the people that have to use it, and they're wondering that. I know that because I've been in this kind of world not long enough to know that those are the questions asked right away.
Interesting. Yeah.
I'm wondering what if I don't want to start a free trial, what do I do? I don't want to sign up. I want to see a video of how it works personally. I want to see a run through. I don't know if that's on there. I didn't see it, but
You're right. There should be a good video. Oh, here.
there's the product tour.
Product tour.
That's way down.
A little bit low.
Oh, here's a video. Yeah.
You know what?
I should
You know
seem like
what
a missed opportunity not to have it sitting right there.
Right. I mean, clearly they want you to sign up for that free trial and they're getting you to scroll, which is, that's not a bad thing. I do like that added bonus too. We
Sometimes it helps that,
move your data for free.
sorry,
Go ahead, sorry.
like the testimonials, like, so XYZ church is using this. Oh, okay. There's a little bit of peace in knowing that the church that I'm familiar with is also like, is that, I don't see that anywhere on the page. Maybe it could be higher up if it is.
It is right here. Yeah. Not seeing a church here that looks
Anything
like,
familiar,
oh my gosh, it's,
right?
I know Nick had something, so you go, Nick.
Sorry, it's two things that I've noticed. I'm easy to use is a challenge for me because I think it's subjective. It's not, it could be any product that I'm looking at. So that's easy to use. So I would like that to potentially be more sticky or concrete in some way.
Mm.
And then if I were just going to give an overall to the page, with products like this, and I actually think PCO might do a great job of this, but like having a person or a face somewhere on the page to curate and be almost like a concierge, like we're going to walk you through each one, like membership, check-in, integrated giving, service planning, and more. Click on these 4 short videos to see exactly what I'm talking about. And then boom, you're into it, and those are like just to build trust. Because I don't know any of those churches listed, even if it does say 10,000.
Yeah.
And to speak into the churches that are listed in the 10,000, what I think based on the 14-day trial is I wonder what their target audience is. Like, are they that seems like they might be looking for like very smallish churches and not large congregations, and people who are just looking for very quick, I need to do something better than what we have, but I'm not looking to go deep on a big system. It might be, I don't know. And that's where a 14-day trial seems more reasonable than like a church of thousands that's like, I don't know if I can onboard and just try out your software for this many days. I don't know. It's just interesting to think about.
I agree. All right. Well, here, let me put that document in the chat, and you guys can all spend as much or as little time with this as you like. And if you think of anything, just drop it in the document. I think that would be really interesting. Okay. Amy, can you read our fresh writing team prayer? Can you pray our fresh writing team prayer?
Yes. Author of life, thank you for the joy of writing. Give us wisdom, clarity, and grace as we work with clients and one another. May our words reflect your heart. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, guys.
This
Shannon,
was
Nick,
fun.
it was really great to see you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for the invite.
Yeah, it was
No
fun.
problem.
Thank you guys. Great to meet you.